I like to tell you about new research and what it depicts when it comes out. And some new research from the Journal of Research and Personality came out with 3 personality traits, or similarities especially, that they believe can make for a more positive long-term relationship. They say this because when you're talking personalities, you're talking about something that's going to be consistent. It's not going to change. Everybody knows that different mental illnesses that play or work mostly with personalities, as far as any kind of personality disorder, those are really hard to treat because you can't change them. And even medications are only good when they're taken. Personalities are solid and they're usually stable and consistent over time. So if you think about it, it's a fantastic thing to study, and the research depicts that 3 major traits really, when they're similar and shared between partners, they basically will keep the relationship with only, minimal conflict, and the relationship will automatically have some glue already to keep it strong. So if I'm dating, I am going for these traits because already if we are similar in these, we're going to match and be able to sustain a long-term relationship more easily than if we mismatch on these 3 and we're feuding all the time or trying to get along or trying to understand each other, and it seems impossible. So what are the 3? I was kind of surprised. Honesty, humility, and openness to experience. Now, the way they describe these is honesty, humility, contrast preferences for equality, honesty, loyalty, and social justice. So with the performance for authority, competence, social power, and wealth. So these things, the thinking behind these is these personality traits are similar for the 2 partners. The 3rd one, openness to experience, that contrasts preference for creativity, curiosity, freedom, and novelty, with preferences for obedience, security, social order, and tradition. And so these were balanced in the person, in one partner, and they were balanced in the other, and they matched. So when you think about it, this is pretty powerful. Like, these 3 traits were similar. And when you listen to what they contrasted, like the balance there, it's amazing. And so I right away, as a therapist, I'm going to think, okay, they're probably not going to have much jealousy in these relationships. They're going to be openness. They're going to allow space. They're going to allow each other freedom. They're going to be really good at setting boundaries around sacred things like confidentiality. They're going to be good at communicating how they feel about different political figures, how they feel about what's going on in the government. When you match on these big areas like this, you share similar values right away. What's the most important thing in all relationships? Your values. I tell couple after couple, if you guys can get in a line and match values, and you can build boundaries around those values you both adore or adhere to, your relationship is going to be solid, and it's going to be more strong, more resistant to things like divorce, cheating, infidelity emotionally, all of these things. So try to find people that match on this. Now, where couples went the most wrong in dating, and I have to tell you this so you'll know, is when one of the partners preferred looks, physical looks, over what they were sharing with honesty, humility, and openness. Then they usually went with the looks. And I know that, we've all fallen into that trap where we treasure the cover more than what's inside. But this is a true example that if you do that, you're going to be giving up something that was potentially powerful for finding a life mate. And next, when people overinflated similarities that didn't matter. So let's say, and I get this a lot, couples come in and they're cohabitating and they say, you know, we're just so much alike. We love the same TV shows. We love to sleep on the same side of the bed. We love to sleep in the same position. We love this. And I'm sorry to tell you, those things are not as important. These three things are very important: honesty, humility, and openness to new experiences. Whereas what color your partner likes, or what their favorite food is, or how they like to sleep on the bed, or what TV shows they want, that's not going to matter in a long-term relationship. In fact, those things may work against you because it may create boredom if you're similar on superficial things, but the deeper things you're not at all, because boredom and loneliness, because if you can't connect on a deep heart, soul level, then the relationship will not have the cement it needs to really build something strong, resilient, and, you know, just fireproof to divorces, infidelity, and all the other temptations that come into play. So if you're in the dating world, look for someone who is similar to you in honesty, humility, and openness to new experiences.